Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Season 1 finale of the SIRS podcast. What a ride through ELU it has been this season. As we wrap up the season, your favorite cult of personalities are here to break it all down as we dive in with our guest, Isosquare.
Yay!
What's up?
Now, ISO, for the random people joining the stream or the people who have somehow managed to find you down this rabbit hole when we eventually upload this to YouTube in a month's time.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people a little bit about yourself and how you got into League?
Yeah. Um, let's see, how did I start League? Well, I used to have a a MacBook, and when League came out on Mac, I think around season 5, season 6, I started playing it season 6, like late season 6. Actually, Soko and some other friends had been playing it and like were talking about it at school and stuff, so me and my brother were like, well, we got to get into this. So I think I ended bronze in season 1, in the first season that I played, season 5, season 6. And it's just been a slow climb since then for like 6 years now.
Oh, let's go. You actually started playing around the same time I did. I was late season 4, early season 5.
Oh, I,
Um,
I was a little bit later, season 6.
oh, okay, okay. So ISO, you are the first member of TPP that we've had on the podcast. So can you give
Yeah.
us a little insight behind the Steel Curtain? What was the team dynamic like this season with TPP?
It wasn't the best. Well, as you can see from our finish. Uh, Morale wasn't too high. We had a lot of issues with scheduling, of just like conflicting schedules, because Fishi works at a hospital, so he had a bunch of like times that he just couldn't do.
Right.
So we had a lot of like times. Most of our games, I think, were subs. We had very few games with our full roster. So that definitely impacted our performance. And then we never really, I guess, like fully meshed together and like figured out a solid game plan. We kind of just went along and like hoped we could figure it out on the fly,
Yeah.
and never really happened.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Honestly, a lot of parallels with LLW. Everything you just said is hitting way too close to home. We had a lot of the same issues with just getting everybody on board. Uh, Very different from the first two seasons for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
So I don't really know how many games you've been able to catch, but having a higher elo player, I really like getting these kind of perspectives. But in your mind, was there a any certain player throughout the league that you thought was a breakout player? Either they were playing way above where they were playing last season, or this person just came out of nowhere and sort of stole some spotlight.
hmm well, I'm not sure if Sadist was in ELU last season. I think he just joined this season.
He did.
That is
Uh,
correct.
but he was a lot better than I thought the other ADCs would turn out, the ADC pool would be. He was a lot better than I expected. And I think getting Mini Soko and Soko on the same team, they actually played so much better than they did respectively last season.
I'd agree
Like
with
I think
that.
Soko played well when he was on LW, but I think being able to play around each other, like for them to play top jungle with the synergy they already have, they were able to play like super well, and they were the main like focal point of RMC.
Yeah, Soka was kind of unleashed this season.
Kind of popping off, yeah.
Yeah. You love to see it. Soko is such a great dude. Uh, you know, lim I don't know if I'd go as far to say he was limited on LLW, but he was definitely forced
Really
into.
different play style.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. He was definitely forced to play a certain way on that team, whereas with the Rocky Mountain Climbers, definitely being the best player on the team, if not one of the best, with Mini Soko,
Mhm.
and their synergy was a lot of fun to watch. Not any fun to play against, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whenever I play with him, he never ganks bot. But whenever he plays with Minisoko, it's camp top every game, man.
Man, dude, I just wanted like one gank last season bot lane. Come on. Just make it a little easier to play against you and Scalene. But we can actually get into that a little bit later if you want to.
Mhm. Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna throw it over to Asian now.
All right, go ahead, take it here. No stranger to you. We are all know you're a skilled player, and I just had a question: are there any other leagues that you're in?
No, 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 no.
No, not at all. Either
Nope.
or scaling, not at all.
Uh, so technically, I'm on my college's like league team, but we don't actually like play any games because the guy who runs the club just doesn't sign us up for anything.
Would you ever be interested in joining another league besides this one?
Yeah, I might. I might. I have a lot of free time, and I think
Yeah, 'cause,
um I know that Scaling is in his school's team, but they don't play super often either. And the school that he goes to is like a full team of like challenger grandmaster guys. So
yeah.
they don't really need him to show up every day.
And do you have any suggestions that may make this league better for E League?
I mean, I wrote some stuff in that form that we're supposed to fill out. I definitely think going if they want to do it, if there was like they asked for like the split of a like competitive like league, I guess, and more of a casual league.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would definitely make competition better because it's only people who really want to play competitively. Because while rank obviously is a big factor, a lot of it comes down to like your mindset. If you don't really care, then even if you're better, sometimes you'll just lose because you're not really trying. Whereas people who may not be as high rank but are actually like have the drive and want to win will put in the time to get better and then beat you.
Okay, so I can carry on to my next question too, because you're captain this season, right?
I
You
was
were.
co-captain, but yeah.
Okay, so it kind of coincides. Do you think it's as captain or co-captain is good to keep grooming a strong team, grooming a new player, or a roster swap early? I would just want your thoughts on that.
I think it depends on like your team dynamic. If you have a bunch of people you're like comfortable with, obviously it's better to keep that and keep fostering that environment and just get better. But if there's like a player or multiple players that just aren't getting along or things like that, it might be better to try and swap things around, see if you can get
Okay,
better synergy or like communication.
yeah, for sure. All right, and then my last question that I got for you, and just got to reiterate what Troy said. You are a high elo player, and
Please
if there's
stop
anything
doxing me.
specifically, oh, fuck, is there anything specifically that you would recommend our players to help improve?
Um, I don't know. I've played a lot of League, so I think more of it comes down to time. For before I was able to get Diamond I think I got Diamond last season. Oh yeah, I got it this season. Yeah, I got it this season. I was hard stuck Plat 1 for like a season and a half. And it just takes like games because I would get to my Diamond promos and then lose and then feel demoralized and just like not play for a little bit or go on a massive loss streak. And I think it just takes getting lucky a little bit too, because like once I like breached into Diamond, it becomes way harder to demote back down to Plat, so
Mhm.
it's easier to stay in Diamond. But I think just making sure you play meta, because especially for ADC, at least especially for ADC, I'm not as sure about the other roles. ADC is much more reliant on playing what's strong in the meta, otherwise you're just gonna get bodied. So you kind of have to be a meta whore.
Yeah. I can say as a mid laner, it feels like you can play whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
anything.
but ADC
Like,
you're not playing like
yeah,
the pick band guys or like the next tier under, and you're playing like Sivir, you're gonna lose every
yeah,
game.
yeah. Or you're not gonna win high. You're not gonna win over 50%, right?
Yeah,
That's really the what like that was a big mindset change I had to get. It's like it's okay if you lose 10 in a row. You just have to like make up for it. You got to keep above 50%. As long as you're
I think
winning
the
more than you're
nice thing.
losing.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that's all I had. Yeah,
I think the nice thing about ADC is that there's not that many,
yeah.
and there's not that many at a time that are like super good. There's like four or five maybe, and there's some that are just never good. Like, I mean, Kalissa's good right now, but aside from very, very few times for like a few patches at a time, she's just garbage. So you just never play her. So
Right.
you don't have to learn every single champion. You have to know a few, because there's a few that are always going to be okay. Like Ezreal is basically never bad.
Right. He's just so safe. You can just play.
So you just got to know a few, and just like start one like one tricking at a time every patch.
It's such a grind. I just wanted to before Seta continues, I just wanted to go back to something that you brought up about the league and a potential shift towards a more competitive scene.
Hmm.
Uh, I think I think that'd be really good, and that's something they talked about on the survey. For everybody that hasn't filled it out yet, is splitting the league into it, when there's enough people, a like competitive division and a more for fun, casual, come as you will league. And I think that'd be huge because I know like the problems that TPP and LLW had this season are not like exclusive to them. Like I feel every team at one point or another has just had a problem getting everybody on board and fielding a full team of people that want to win finals as badly as the person playing on them as their team, you know? And I think moving to a competitive scene like that would be pretty good, especially with trying to get more players into the league. Whereas right now we're kind of in this weird limbo where you may have, say, two people on one team that really want to win in finals, and three that
Yeah.
it's just a cool experience, which that's fine and all. I think that's great. But uh, I'm sure you're in the same boat as me, ISO.
Yes, I
You love
yeah.
winning.
It is nice. And especially when it's more competitive, like people actually change champ pools or learn like new meta champions where there's some people who are just like, well, I like this champion, so he's just what I want to play, and I'm only gonna play him and like three other guys.
Yeah. Or I one trick this champion in solo queue, so I'm just gonna get banned out every game.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of people like that and just never pick up anyone new. And there's some people who actually like grow from that and then pick up new people and
Yeah, there's some people you can ban out, and some people you just can't really do that too.
right.
I feel
And then some
like
people used to be able to ban out and now you can't anymore because it's been 3 seasons and they,
That they've
adapted.
adapted. Yeah.
Yeah, which is what you'd like want to see, which is I think kind of what's cool about the league.
Hopefully not
But
taking 3 seasons, but yeah.
yeah, well, I mean, it takes a while. Like if you're one tricking a champ for like, especially if you're doing it for like, which I don't know how you do that. Like it would get so boring.
I
But
agree.
like League of this is my only champion. I but
I don't know how Neffel does it with the Urgot.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't like I
Somehow he
he's
makes it work, but I don't think I could do it.
yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's just like when you one trick something like that and you're like, oh gosh. I don't think I have a single champ that's over like 300,000 mastery. Just I just play different shit, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I really felt
But
like like just touching on that point with my own personal experience that I feel like I definitely got pushed a lot as a player in season two to adapt and overcome. And in season two specifically, I felt like I introduced a lot more champions into my champ pool top, and then even with like the my little foray into support, I definitely felt like I picked up a lot of champions, trying out new stuff, duoing with Arctic a lot, and I felt like I really grew as a player. And then season 3 came around, and I was like, well, that was the high, and this is rock fucking bottom.
Yeah. I will say it is kind of like there are some teams you can play against where you're like, I know exactly what they're gonna pick. Like
Yeah.
we know exactly what they're gonna play against. If we ban this, they will pick this. If we pick this, they're gonna pick this. They will always follow this. And it is kind of like a detriment to them as long as they're losing. If they're winning, then it doesn't matter.
If they're winning with it, yeah, that's whatever.
Then it doesn't matter. But I just feel like you run into those one trick. I know I bring him up all the time, but the best example to me is Donut. He went from being an Ivern one trick like silver gold player, and now he's like I don't know, he's like platinum or something, and has like
But now
all
he
these
doesn't
different.
play on the Ivern, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't even play it anymore. He plays all this other stuff, and he's good. Like he's picked up a bunch of other stuff, and because it used to be like ban the Ivern free win, and now it's he's got all these other threats. So it's always surprising to me, and then it's just crazy to me that like I think early this season I just started spamming Irelia just to kind of get an idea of it, and I was terrible at it. Never was able to get it down. Just wasn't my style.
Hmm.
But it drew bans because I was playing it so much. I was like, just play other stuff. Maybe they'll leave it open. You know what I mean? But they just they never want to move to a different champion, and I just don't understand that. Like in this environment, you need to be able to play because if you're a diamond one trick, but you're gold level everything else, like then
Yes,
what's
yeah.
the point? Like you don't bring that. Like the one trick skills don't always translate. Like at some level it translates, right? Fighting and stuff, but you just don't have enough strong enough grasp on champions. And there's a bunch of people like that. You run into those, not even just
Yes.
in this league, but and it's just it blows my mind. There's no adaptation.
I wasn't brutal. Hey, Neffel, I see you in the chat there. I'm not brutally calling you out, man.
Oh no, we're not calling you. No, it's not only like there's several
Hey, wait,
people.
we got a free
You know,
ban every game. We got a free ban every game.
yeah.
In some situations it's effective, but Nightmare Seda, I gotta know, how much is Donut paying you to for you to constantly bring him up every single episode of this podcast? Just
Listen,
just curious.
I'm struggling out here. Every little bit
Inflation,
counts.
rent's going up. Like,
Inflation is crazy.
times are tough, guys.
Yo,
Gas is expensive.
hey,
Listen,
Donut, we appreciate your patronage.
I gotta pay the bills. Let's just say it's less than you think, and I should be asking for more, but I'm desperate. So
Hey, it's a worker's market.
that's right.
Just gotta be willing to do the work. So ISO, speaking of putting in work, he's on the weekly payroll. Oh boy. Um, is what are your plans for season 4? Are you and Scalene are you guys gonna stick around for another ride, or have you guys talked about that yet, or what's the future of
Uh,
TPP looking like?
I'm not sure about scaling. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet if I probably will, honestly, for at least one more season
Right.
before my college starts getting super busy. But yeah, I'll probably be around for season 4. If not on TPP, then definitely in subpool.
Awesome. I think it'd be a shame for the league to lose the both of you, because I think that you guys are like a shining example of like what this league is about. Like you guys are, like Grandmaster and Diamond, and then
And
you.
I'll have you know, Scaling just demoted to Plat 1 off Decay.
Okay, but we all know that he's
I'm
Grandmaster.
now a
Like,
better player than him, actually.
That says it all.
but he's still berating you for misplaying bot lane. So
That too.
you're throwing the games, ISO. But like and then you have a team of like golds, plats, silvers, whatever. But and you guys have like you've had success in the past with White, Neville, and the boys. But
Hmm.
even with like when Brick Machine was your jungler, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys had a tremendous amount of success, and I think that's like one of the shining examples of what this league is about. Like season one, you can have your LLWs with like your Diamond Stormblade all the way down to your Silver 2 Ruckus, and you can go out and win a championship. And then you can have your Grandmaster TPP season two all the way down to I believe Brick Machine was high gold, right? And
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
something around that. And then you win a championship as well. And that to me is like one of the biggest selling points of the league is that it's all mismatched like that. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm not sure how much longer the league is going to stay like that, especially if they're going to try and move to a more competitive scene. Don't know if they will or not, but it's certainly being talked about. So uh, definitely
I
gonna
think
look
we have
back on
the
these seasons fondly with how successful it's been relatively.
yeah. I don't think we have the numbers for two leagues. To be honest.
No. Yeah. Right now, no.
Well, you guys start recruiting your friends.
I'm trying to. I don't have invite privileges.
Well, I'm sure I can get our boy Nubity, who is in chat right now, to tell you how to send Nightmare Seda a DM on how to get people into the league. We'll get that sorted out.
But so I guess we kind of talked a little bit about this. You haven't been playing much League. You mentioned because this patch is a nightmare for.
Just enough to not decay.
Yeah,
Gotta keep my decay timer up.
yeah. What have you been playing? You been playing anything else?
I'm on the Souls grind.
The Souls grind. Which one?
Right now, like I just started yesterday, Dark Souls 2.
Mm, I skipped that one.
What do you have you played any other
I
Souls games?
yeah, I started with Elden Ring.
Okay.
So I got Elden Ring when it came out. I played it like obsessively for like 2 or 3 weeks. Um, I did Dark Souls 1 a few months ago. Didn't never beat it. I'm stuck on the last guy,
Stuck on
on the
Gwen.
last boss. I'm stuck on Gwyn. Yeah.
Yo,
What?
summon me in. Let's do it.
I did a dagger build.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Um, I beat Dark Souls 3 last week, and I started Dark Souls 2 yesterday.
What do you
I've
think of it so far? It's so different, stylistic wise than one and
Me,
three.
I enjoy it. I enjoy um that type of like grind. I mean, I'm not an MMO fan. I don't like sitting there and just like AFK grinding like stats. I like Dark Souls 'cause you can like see even after you fail bosses, you can go back and then see your improvement as you keep fighting them.
I struggle with any game that I can't beat another human being.
Yeah.
Like it really is to that point with me where like League is one of I played it for so long and it's one of those games where I probably won't stop playing just because I will always be playing against a human and I can win against them and they will lose and that makes me feel better.
Man,
But
Dark Souls
Yeah,
is
I'm
such a
not a
great
fan.
series.
The only part I don't like is having to like when you can't beat a boss, you're just like not strong enough. I hate having to go back and just like farm guys for level
yeah,
ups.
I feel like Elden Ring did a good job with that. I played a bit of that. I beat like none of the Dark Souls game. I get to like the end and I'm just like, eh,
Yeah.
I'm not winning against anybody. But
But you
Elden
can, hey,
Ring,
you can do PvP.
Oh
yeah,
my
but
God,
it's
the
like
first three games
it's
are a
it's
mess.
always
It's a
it's
mess.
always it's always AIDS the PvP.
Yeah.
It's just like either it's cracked and like hacked, or you've got these like twink builds where they're like 99 freaking magic and just one tap
Hey,
you with two
Rivers of
spell.
Blood,
Yeah,
Rivers of Blood.
yeah, where you can't dodge the spell and it just one taps you. Or they've got some like high endurance build where they just like chain lock you and
Oh, I've seen some
Yeah.
of those, yeah. I mean, I'm not a
Yeah.
fan. I don't do the PvP. I just like I beat every boss. I try and beat every boss, and then I just like stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the games. Like they're fun to play, but it's just like when I can't, like it's hard to play with people and I can't win against anyone else. It's
Hmm.
hard for me to stick with it.
So it's a little bit of a tradition whenever we have a higher elo player on the cast. How much psychopathic rambling goes on between you and scaling, uh, degrading your
That's
competition,
okay.
calling them
That,
psychopaths?
hey, I've talked to Wyke and a little bit to Stormblade. It's definitely not as much as Wyke.
Yeah.
Honestly, not that much. Like, I'll get frustrated, obviously, because it's this league. You can't really not.
Mhm.
Um, but then when the game's over, it's just like, well, I lost. Sucks. My team did.
They were the psychopaths all along.
Kind of a requirement.
Yeah.
Like the to get into Diamond, you don't actually win your promos. You get a psych eval that says like you're mentally insane enough to be Diamond. That's why it took me 2 seasons. I had to break down the mental.
Yeah, you have to fall to that point. You don't it's not an overnight process.
Hey, some people like Draven mains, they're like built for it. That's why they get there so quickly. But
Born
they start out kind of
natural
low.
born killers.
Those people are on a different kind of list.
Yeah.
So with it being in between seasons, this is something I've kind of broached with a couple of other people. ISO, what would you think of a for fun match between the season two TPP versus season two
Versus,
LLW?
yeah, I'd be down.
You think that'd be fun?
Yeah, I'd do it.
You get to stomp me and Arctic into the dust one more time.
I have to, de-rust a little bit, but yeah, I'd have to, pick up some meta stuff. Not my favorite meta right now.
Oh my god.
This meta is the worst.
Wasn't Arctic a Callista enjoyer?
I think we busted that out a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm not a Callista enjoyer.
I'm writing that down. Um, it's honestly it's been like three
Isosquare
weeks since I
hates
played,
kills.
so
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
oh my goodness, I shudder to think at how absolutely awful even an ARAM would feel right now.
I've played some ARAMs. I haven't played ranked in a week or two.
Your mental's better for it, honestly.
That's true, that's true.
Man, that'd be really fun though if we could get everybody available, like and just play a couple of games, just for old times' sake, a little for fun thing. Maybe the league
Hmm.
would stream it.
Yeah, like a redemption match.
I think it'd be fun to have other like, just for fun matches like even if they're just like in houses with weird like rule sets.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too.
Just for fun stuff. To keep people involved during the I don't know when they're planning on starting the next season.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully there's a little gap. It is just a lot to keep up with um week to week. But
They'll probably take at least a few weeks.
I
I
honestly
hope
hope for
I
August.
think the earliest on the sheet was
immediately.
what, September? Oh,
No,
was there an immediately?
there wasn't immediately, and
Okay,
I
well I did not
promise
click
you, I did not
immediately,
click
so
that one. Yeah, I was like, I think I clicked August
yeah, I
as
think
well.
I did that, yeah.
I was like, I could use a few months of. I need to let this patch blow over. Like,
Yeah, well,
it's just.
you'll be glad to hear Riot's going to break next weekend for July 4th, so it's gonna be there a little while.
Oh my gosh. Uh, it's just rough when a patch just kills your entire champ pool. You're like, oh, no one does damage anymore. It's fun. Like,
Hmm.
just can't kill people. I'm gonna pick up a whole new subset of DPS and tanky assholes, and I have to learn how to
Or it's
play
just the
against Sage
grind to
mid.
40 minutes, lose one team fight, lose the game.
Yeah,
Oh my
Which I
goodness.
saw a thing that the whole idea of extending games is actually it didn't happen overall. The
No.
games increased time by 3 seconds, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I mean, because like I played an ARAM today where Orn did the most damage on the team, and
That's insane.
it's just like yeah, well
Yeah, well, Ornn does do good damage.
he does, but the thing is like the problem with this patch is and they said it wasn't going to do this, but we I think we all knew it was. It benefited tankier people substantially more than ever else.
Yes,
So it's just frustrating as someone who plays a damage centered role that you're
for
like, oh,
sure. Yeah.
this full tank Orn or a Nunu or a Mumu, you know, anybody can just like I can't kill them. They have too much
Yep,
stats.
it's that and it's the ADCs that scale until 40 minutes and then like just destroy
And
everything.
yeah, because they just that's just how they're built. Yeah. Well, I'm just it's frustrating patch, man. So it's a tough one. So, play for enough seasons, you go through these patches. I remember the juggernauts.
Oh, that was not a good time.
No,
I had
that
so
feels
much
like where
fun.
we're at. That feels like where we're at. You know,
Mage's
like
bot lane was not a good time either.
no. Though if I never see another singed mid in my life, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, I like that though. I actually
56%
like
win
that. I
rate,
like that.
dude. It's so dumb. You'll kill him 3 times and he'll win the game. Like he'll just be
I
like
think
kind of
Singe is
weaker than you.
hilarious.
It's so troll. It's so annoying.
It's a pretty funny. Nightmare Seda actually pitched the idea of League of Legends to me one day in high school. And I think you were actually talking about Singed, specifically Surfer Singed, and like how troll that skin was to enemy top laners and shit.
I used to play that shit specifically to tilt people because it was so ridiculous. You would just like headbang and run away from them, and
Oh, and you
then
could dance while doing the
you
recall.
just yeah, and it was just like and it honestly was all mind games. Like it wasn't even like that great of a pick, but it was just all mind.
I
So
yeah, I don't play top, but I do play Singe when he's in one for all.
yeah,
Oh my
so
god.
you're have you always been a an ADC main or where did you start out?
For the most part, yeah. I
Really?
for a little bit when I had just started, I played some mid lane,
Mhm.
but I pretty much only played Echo.
Yeah.
But one of my other friends played mid, so then I swapped to ADC because that was when Caitlyn Runans was still a thing.
Mhm.
So I've been enjoying that, and that was when basically I had 4 or 5 friends who played League, so we all played a different role so we could queue up together. Because that
Yeah.
one when you could actually queue as 5 in ranked.
Yeah, I feel like that's fairly. Are you talking about back before Flex Q, back when it was like you
Yeah, when you could just
five v
ranked. It was
fives,
just ranked. Yeah.
ranked 5v5s? The good old days.
We had to go type your role in chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so man. I guess I forgot what season that stuff got out. I thought it was earlier than
7 or 8, I think.
yeah. Because I started season 3, so like, and I still
No,
suck.
yeah,
So
it was definitely. I definitely started with having to call your role in chat, so it was definitely at least season 7.
yeah,
That
that was
that was
a bad
so
system.
crazy that was only season 7. That wasn't that long ago that you still had to
I
do
know it's
that.
season 12 now,
I
Man.
or
guess
what 13
it
something,
was yeah, it's season 12 now you said. So
somewhere like
not
something like
yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
it's only half a decade ago,
Well,
you
yeah, of course.
know.
Huh.
It's just crazy like you talk to some people some especially like in the league you'll talk to some people who are like, "Oh yeah, I started season 9." And you're like, "You don't even know. You have no idea what it used to be like. This isn't even
Used to
real
be
League of
so much
Legends."
better.
No, it used to be so much worse.
Oh, I thought it was better. I liked old items.
Yeah, I'm, I like the mythics. I felt like with the mythics add at least a little bit of variability to uh, playstyle. Like you
Hmm.
can pick a little bit. Some roles it's better than others. Like mage mythics, kind of suck. Um,
I think they should bring back being able to build more than one of an item.
yeah,
Aside from mythics, obviously, aside from mythics, but
right.
like I remember building multiple IEs on
I didn't know you
ADCs was
could do
so
that.
good. No, you can't. A bunch of them are unique now. Like almost every item's unique now.
I didn't know that. Well, I haven't done that in forever.
When you would be able to build in like the Earth games, you just build like 6 IE gen and just zoom around the map.
Yeah, that was the I am the fast. Just
Yeah,
build a bunch
those were
of
the times.
but I don't know. I think the variability on the mythics is nice. I just wish like I just feel like some are so superior, or so much more interesting. Like ADC's got probably the most interesting with
With
the
mythics, you say?
I would say on the one that makes you jump alone, I would say like that.
Gale Force?
Gale Force, I feel like is probably the most interesting mythic in terms of like, I mean, it's totally busted,
I think
but
Kraken's the most fun.
well, that's just straight damage though. That's not that interesting. It's like a 3-hit passive, which
Yeah,
quick
Gale Force
surprise
is kind of
on
bad right now
everybody.
because they made the cooldown 30 seconds longer.
Well, that was
So
the
it's
problem when
kind
it
of
came out.
bad.
It was like 15 seconds long, and you could basically flash on a 15-second cooldown to do
Yeah,
damage.
I think it's 90 seconds right now. So
Mhm.
Kraken is and Shield Bow is just like bad right now.
Yeah, shield bow.
Because if they buff it, then Yone and Yasuo abuse it, so they can't really do that.
Well, that's the problem you run into with the mythics is that it's not even best example right now is freaking Katarina building
Thunder, yeah.
Thunder, like not intended for her. They could easily fix it so it doesn't work on her. They refuse to for
Yeah,
whatever
I think
reason.
they should make some of the items like melee and range like damage things. Like I think Shield
Yeah,
Bow, if it would like be a huge fix if they just change like melees get less of a shield, range get more of a shield, or something like that. Like maybe
yeah, or
a
less
range gets a little bit less,
or
or
even
like
if
less
like
life
the
steal
act
off it.
exactly. I mean, it's called freaking shield bow, all right? Like
Exactly.
it's clearly geared towards range champions, but it really does like I like playing young, and it really like once you get shield bow IE, like you
You're
just
basically full build.
yeah, like you one shot casters at that point for the rest of the game. At no point does it fall off. Like, and then yeah, you just engage, and if you like get too low, you just tail up.
Yeah.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
So
It is good.
go. No, you go ahead. That's fine.
I was gonna say it is like I feel like Mythics was a great idea that wasn't fully brought to fruition. A lot of it's just like different minor stuff, like especially when you look at the tank mythics. I would say second most interesting mythic to me is the glacial one that why can't I remember what these are called?
No, it's
Glacial shard, glacial whatever. The one that like you can just throw it in your roots. I like that one a lot. I feel like
Everfrost?
Everfrost, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Everfrost. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that one's fun because it does feel like it doesn't give you any like pen or percent health, and it doesn't give as much AP, but so I feel like it's kind of where it's like it has its utility, and
hmm
that's where it gets its value. And I feel like it's not busted because it really doesn't give you as much damage. It's just all about the active.
hmm
And I feel like I wish more were, and I don't know what they would do. Like I'm not,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
like
I don't agree with everything Ellis has like ever said, but one of the things he said that I do like is what if they just added like a bunch of items all for like niche specific situations, it would make the game so much better. There'd be so much more build diversity. There'd be so many more items
mhm.
to choose from, and like they could have more than 3 mythics per role that could be
Yeah,
better for different situations.
yeah. Like you could, like if you really wanted to think about it, like Ghostblade could in reality be a mythic. You just buff the stats and make it a mythic with like the speed active.
Yeah,
Because that's a still as unique as anything else. Like
yeah,
a lot
and
of
it's
these
and
active
it
items.
was pretty strong before when the old items. It
Yeah,
was
like
like people would first item it.
yeah, over their mythic, which is crazy. to think about. Like when Mythics first came out, I was like, you always want to build your Mythic first, and then it was like, nah, we're gonna go Ghostblade first. We're gonna go Hullbreaker first. We're gonna go
And yeah, some builds are mythicless, so
yeah, and then frickin' Hullbreaker is another should have been a Mythic item. Done.
oh yeah, I agree.
But who knows? Next season's not too far away, and it'll be a totally new League of Legends then.
Now, what track can they bring out next preseason?
Who knows?
So, ISO, kind of stepping away from League of Legends here for
Yeah.
just a minute as we
Hey,
are.
hey, we can go as far as we want.
Oh, okay.
No more League of Legends. Well, I mean, not no more, but
Just we can shift gears here a little bit and talk a little bit outside the realm of League of Legends if you're down.
yeah, that's fine.
So, I imagine as a diamond player, you probably don't listen to music a whole lot when you're playing League, but outside of League, driving in the car, listening to radio, whatever. What's your
Uh-huh.
go-to music? What are you into?
When I'm in the car, I listen to the Pop Rocks channel. So I listen to a lot, and when I'm on my computer, I listen to a lot of like indie rock, like 2000s, late 90s, like rock stuff.
Yeah, you got any band names from that era?
I'm a fan of Foster the People a lot. I like a
Ooh,
lot of their stuff.
Asian and I love Foster the People. Um,
You're damn right I do.
oh, welcome back to the podcast, Asian. Glad you could join us again.
No, I'm saying how to take a little break.
Uh, you degenerate. Uh,
Jesus.
Nightmare said, what have you been listening to lately? Since we're just gonna go right into the music corner.
Dude, I had a great Discover Weekly this week, actually. I ended up adding like 6 songs. One song that I'm really vibing to right now, it's called Ocean Man. It's by the band
I
Weem.
do
It's
know
kind of
Ocean Man.
From the
it's
SpongeBob
it's
movie?
actually huh?
From the SpongeBob movie?
Dude, yes. It's a real song and it's so freaking good. Like you just vibe, man. It's so good.
I only know it because it's like a meme song.
Listen, there's a reason meme songs are meme songs. They're good songs. Just
Fair
cause
enough,
they
fair enough.
yeah, just cause they're on memes doesn't make them bad.
So
Shitty
you're telling
songs,
me there's a full like 3 minute version of that out there?
dude, it's fantastic. Well, to be fair, it's really like a 45-second song because it's a lot.
They
yes,
repeat, yeah, it's all repeating.
it's a lot of repetition, but the it's a good listen.
That song does go pretty hard. Asian, what have you been listening to lately? What you got? Stuck inside your head?
Uh, been Ruckus. I've been dabbling in some Hispanic
Dabs?
Latino pop. Still listening to Bad Bunny right now. His new album, pretty all right. Don't understand a word, but I be jamming. Other than that, yeah, lo-fi when I'm studying. Got some summer classes that I do. I like to listen to that when I'm studying. Good,
Yeah,
good music.
I love lo-fi.
Yeah.
I play lo-fi a lot when I play League. Not gonna lie, it's the way to go.
Nah, bro, I need some gang shit,
No, man,
Talk about some capping some motherfuckers, bro.
No,
I want
lo-fi
bitches
makes-
in the ground, man.
lo-fi makes you play smart.
Oh, damn. You need to teach me.
That's why Dream Team finished the way they did. He's listening to
Oh!
too much gangster music.
He's like, "Let's go!" I was like, no, wait.
Germ Sand's over there vibing, chilling out. The Asian's is screaming into his mic.
He's under second parent before Germson looks back up from his.
I'm asking Gapic for the drive-by gangs, bro. Nah, man, it never worked.
So I'm gonna throw out a couple of recommendations to you, ISO, and our audience. But I've really back in high school, towards my first year of college, I really liked the album "Save Rock and Roll" by Fall Out Boy.
Okay.
I think just about every single song on there is pretty good. It's a little rock opera-ish,
Yeah.
structure-wise. But my songs "Know What You Did in the Dark" is a song that I've been putting on a lot lately in the car. Pretty good. Do you like foreign music by chance, Isosquare?
I don't listen to it a lot. I mostly stick to English.
No, that's fair. I listen to a absolute shit ton of music, and I really like foreign languages. So I had a friend that introduced me to this other song way back when, but the song is called "Onedish" by Rammstein, and it's this really moody, like German, heartbroken song. And like if you ever look up the lyrics translated to English, it's like he's like talking about like a dark forest and like longing for someone, and but like listening to it in German, it just sounds so angry.
The only foreign song I know is Soko is Serbian, so he showed me a few Serbian songs, and like this ones he showed me, they're just like saying nonsense.
I guess all songs don't really translate that well into English because there's been a couple of Japanese songs that I was like, I'd really like to know what they're saying. And I was like, this doesn't this doesn't go all
Yeah,
that well together.
it doesn't flow in English.
No, but that's what happens when you get another language that is just so vastly different and structured to English.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
I usually just listen to. I don't actually use Spotify. I just use YouTube.
oh, you use YouTube Music too?
uh, no, I just use YouTube like my
Oh, okay.
mix
Yeah.
because I just have ad blocker.
The best way to go, honestly.
Oh yeah. So I mean, eventually it just starts getting into random things that it like thinks you like. That then you have to go back up to the top. But
Yeah, YouTube rabbit hole. It's how you end up on watch lists.
Or that's how you discovered the SIRS podcast. You,
That's
you,
right.
you, you never know what you're going to get. It's 3 a.m. 1 minute. You're getting
You're
freaking
watching your Minecraft Let's Plays.
like a Bigfoot conspiracy video, and then there's just this random podcast.
Yeah. Watching a video about English gentlemen, and then you get the SIRS.
of course, of course.
It's how we're gonna branch out. It's how we're gonna make it big on YouTube. Um, that's that's just about all I got for music and league related. Did you I'm gonna put you on the spot here, ISO. Did you have anything you wanted to ask us specifically? Anything crawling at the back of your mind that you want to know?
Shoot your shot.
Uh, I don't think I actually thought about any questions. I was kind of busy today, so I didn't have a lot of time to think about it.
Oh, that's all good.
So I don't know if I have any questions. Oh, actually, you guys all know each other though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that weird, like when you guys play against each other?
No.
No, it's
Do you guys
awesome.
you guys
No.
don't
I
trash
want to
talk
fucking
each other
stop that
like
bitch. I want to
before the
stop
game?
that bitch.
Dude, we play so much harder and talk so much more shit when we play against each other.
Oh,
Than
I know. Yeah, when I play against Soko, because I know him,
yeah,
like, oh, it sucked so bad to lose. Because then you would like join your own Discord after, and he'd be like, "Ah, you guys lost. You're so bad," and we'd
yeah,
like have to go over the video and be like, "No, no, no, come on, we should have won. Look right here."
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Nah, it was cool. At least, like season zero, playing on the same team with the guy. But
Oh yeah, when it was not called ELU.
yeah,
We won't mention what it
but
was called, but
Shambled
but
League. Yes.
it was it's cool. Like I like playing with different people and then hearing about how their teams are going, and then like this is the first season that my team actually better than their teams. So, like it was fun to be on the other side for once, where it's like I'm like Rev's falling apart, man. GCC's falling apart. And then now it's like GCC's good. Or great.
Hey, enjoy it while it
Yeah,
lasts.
TPP and LW are falling apart, but
Yeah.
we're on the come up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, that's fun. That's good though.
let me know
Different
if you
teams.
guys need a top laner. If you'll have me. Ooh. But to kind of throw it back, like last season, Stormblade was talking to me before we played against GCC, and I was like, yeah, he's almost. I was like, Nightmare Seda is like almost guaranteed to like not ward this bush right here. So Soko, if you just walk this way, sweep it out, you guys can basically just kill him on repeat.
Oh, well, yeah, like when we played against you guys, I knew he would never touch bot lane because he'd be too afraid.
Yeah, fuck that.
But
There's been too many times when we've played like Flash or something that like we'll be playing and he'll be on our team and we'll get ganked and we'll just turn the gank so he's just too afraid of it. And we like I don't know, I flame pimp Nick a lot. Because sometimes I'm not a fan of his pathing. So we always knew he would do like weird pathing. And at least when we were playing against LW last season, we knew that he was just like gonna be on either side of mid a lot of the time.
well, that is how we won a shit ton of games last season. So
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
if it's not broke, don't fix it. But when you get stuck in the shit in a 5-game series in finals, it's like, well, uh, what the fuck do we do now? And actually, just to talk about that, like that series, oh my goodness, that has been. I don't know about for you, but like for me at least, it was the most heart pounding series like that I've ever been in. Like
Yeah, I think that was one of the best ones I've done too.
just like the constant momentum shifts, like the constant going back and forth. Did you guys start 2-0 or was it 1-1?
No, I think we won. We had it went like we stomped you guys, then you stomped us, then we stomped you, then you stomped us. And it just went back and it was like we just traded off stomping each other. I think the
I
last
remember the
game was like
420.
one of the games was close, but the other four were stomps from either side.
Yeah, I think the last game was no, it was probably no, it had to have been the first game that I think was like the closest
I think it was
between
the
us.
first game. I think the first game you guys were really close to winning, and then we like got a team fight at the end to win. But then
Yeah,
every other game was just like one of the teams just blew out the other one.
yeah. Um, all according to the script. But yeah, by the time we got to game 5, like honestly, we were exhausted. We had just been like on knife's edge like the entire time because it felt like at just like any point we were just like gonna straight up lose. And there was the one game that you guys forfeited, and we were like, what?
Oh
What
yeah.
what was that? Was that just to like save mentals for game 5? Did you guys just realize that the game was over at that point, or what was the thinking like behind that decision?
Well, as people get to higher elo and your mental starts deteriorating, you start thinking, game's doomed after like a few kills. Or like depending on the comp, like our comp just gets outscaled, it's doomed. We're just gonna lose. So I think it was just one of those situations where like probably a combination of me, Scaling, and Wyke were all like, this game's kind of doomed. I'm not sure we can win. Let's just go next.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anytime I talk to Nitro, like anytime we're about to like cast or we get done casting, he always brings up like the Deathless game that we had, and I played like shit in that game. I missed so many fucking blitz hooks in that game, but like that is that man's like crowning achievement in
Was that one of the
ELU.
finals games?
Yeah, I think it was game 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, yeah, that was. I think it was game 2.
Yeah, well, I think in the earlier ones, I don't know if that was the one we FF'd or not. It definitely wasn't about saving mental. It was definitely just because we were kind of just done with that game. We're like, let's just go next, guys. I don't think we can win this one.
Yo, this shit's toxic. But I know I threw out GGs in the chat afterwards, or maybe
Yeah, that was a good series. I think that was
yeah.
one of the closest ones. it was always super close between LW and TPP.
Yeah, and for it to go down like that in finals, I think is, for one, it's great for us as players, especially getting to play like a 5 game series,
Hmm.
and it's great for everybody watching at home because with it going back and forth like that, a little spoilers for season 3 finals, it was mostly a stomp except for one game. I won't say who. RIP. But it for a game like that, it is so much harder to tell like which way the dice is gonna roll. Is LLW gonna bring it back, or is
Yeah, it
TPP
wouldn't have
gonna
been as
claim
fun
it?
as a 3-0 like sweep.
No, it's not, and it's so different. Like, um, everything about like this league is different, right? Let's say you've never played before in a league or anything. You go straight from solo queue or maybe flex with your buddies to now you're on a team with 4 random guys and you're playing best of threes. You know?
Yeah, if you go to like Risen or something, one of the like pay-in like rank restricted ones, and you're not taking it super seriously, you're gonna get turbo stomped.
Yeah. And then you take it up like another notch to all of a sudden you're doing like best of fives and like that shit is completely different as well because it's like a marathon run whereas like a best of threes can be like a sprint like that can be over in
Hmm.
2 games. Best of five, you are locked in for like 3 to 4 hours.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's all. I mean, luckily for me, I'm a little bit of an addict, so I'm used to sitting at my computer for like 7 hours a day. So
Not even breaking a sweat.
It is totally different though. Like it's different playing 5 games of League and then playing a best of 5.
that's true. Or like playing a game, watching a YouTube video, going back playing a game. Yeah,
Watching YouTube while you're playing games.
true.
But it sucked in the moment to lose to you guys, but you guys were clearly the better team that season. And you guys deserved it. It was a great series. LLW had their our turnaround little like Cinderella story.
Oh yeah,
Getting back.
towards the end of the season, yeah.
Yeah, and to get the finals and play against you guys and
I think your guys against LW was always, for me at least, the most fun games because, I mean, not to say other teams were worse, but like it always felt like those against LW, it could have gone either way.
yeah,
When it felt like against other teams, depending on draft, it was like kind of already decided.
right. Hey, it could go either way on game day, but in scrims you guys had our numbers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys definitely tried more experimentation, and we were kind of like, let's just play and win.
What?
I do remember the Sona Soraka bot lane not going well though.
Oh my goodness! When you guys drafted that, I was
Yo,
like,
we got diffed so hard by Chemtech Soul that game. Going double support bot lane for wards is so bad when they're just Chemtech Fog.
I remember that game. I think that was like one of our 3 wins versus you guys in scrims.
Oh, like we couldn't play the game. You guys would just all sit in the stealth, and it's like, well, hey, our wards do nothing anymore.
Man, rip Kimtech soul.
Yeah, honestly, it was a dragon diff that game.
LLW's been down the tube ever since it's been gone. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm definitely glad that one's gone. Although, Hextech might need to be next.
that one's pretty wonky too.
I think it has the highest win rate in solo queue and like competitive play. It's just so OP.
Those gates are so annoying. There's not enough
The
wards.
soul is so broken.
Yeah, it's like static shiv on everybody.
Man, I'm so sad they removed Static Shiv though.
They
Static Shiv was
didn't
such
if
a
they
good
put it
item.
on a dragon.
Well, I know the item was good though. I mean, it's
Yeah,
in TFT, but
yeah.
it's not the same.
You're not even
I miss
guaranteed to get it every game.
I miss that
Exactly.
missing paler.
But that's uh we've been going for about an hour. how do you guys feel about wrapping it up? Unless my other two hosts have anything else for you.
I do not.
Are you good,
I
Asian?
do not. I have nothing for my fellow Isosquare here.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't want to keep you too much longer. No, you're busy, man. Want to get back on the grind, I'm sure. Not really, but
No, staying away. I think I have 17 days, so
well, not only do you have 17 days to enjoy from ranked league, but don't have to worry about any weekly ELU matches for a little while at least.
yeah, for hopefully at least a month or two, maybe a month and a few weeks.
Jesus, I need that month. I need to get my mental. I need to get my mental back because it feels so bad right now. But I really appreciate you coming on the podcast and being our season 1 finale guest, Isosquare.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really appreciate it. But that's going to do it here for the SIRS podcast, spearheading the ELU mayhem and bringing you guys up close and personal deep dives with our guests with light hearts and extra sauce. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see y'all next season.
Peace.